going, guys? My name is Archetype, and welcome to the video, and if I do sound a little sick, I am, so apologies for that. But today I want to touch on the subject of how Sledgehammer games can make the Call of Duty franchise and the next game amazing. So there's going to be a number of aspects to this little video rant thingy. So it needs to, since the new developer Sledgehammer Games, they're going to have 3 years development cycle, but Sledgehammer needs to start developing now in order to release in 2014, Treyarch in 2015, and Infinity Ward in 2016. But from then on, there's going to be a 3-year development cycle, and so there's more time to develop games. So of course you're going to have to expect more time equals better game. But in all cases, it might be not unlike that. You know, they might get behind technology. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about the technology side, but if you have more time to develop games, of course you need to have a better game to come out as a final result. And if that is not a final result, then you're not going to have an enjoyable fan base. You know, you're going to start drifting. You're going to have people start drifting away from the Call of Duty franchise, and it's just going to go bad. But as you do know, Sledgehammer Games did absolutely make Modern Warfare 3 with a campaign, of course, multiplayer, of course, with the addition of Special Ops. Wasn't the most enjoyable game mode, but it was alright. But also, what this Sledgehammer Games mean, they need to produce an excellent game for this franchise to keep going. If the next game is a bust, then the game franchise is not going to be absolutely livable much longer. You know, Ghost being an okay game, being average among fans, among the community, not exactly the greatest game in the world, but to be an excellent game, Sledgehammer needs to listen to the community, of course. The developers need to get into the community. They need to start speaking with the community more. They need to get interactive with the community. They need to go to Reddit. They need to go to Twitter. They need to go do streams. They need to go all over the place and just speak to the community, see what they want in the game. If you develop a game which the community there's nothing the community wants in the game. Sorry about that. The game is not going to be enjoyable. I can tell you that. Black Ops, Ghost, for example, being one of those games, you know, not listening to community much, developing on their own pace, their own ideas, and then at the end, the competitive scene wasn't the most enjoyable to watch, with Blitz and Domination coming back into competitive scene. Just wasn't the most enjoyable thing to watch, in my opinion. It's not quite enjoyable. I mean, it's enjoyable to watch, but it's frustrating for the players. But once again, I'm going to stress on this point quite a bit, the need to listen to community, and that means getting to Twitter, of course. But what the community wants are the old gamers from Black Ops 2. You know, Black Ops 2 being the breakout point for this Call of Duty franchise in the competitive scene. They need to basically bring back hardpoint, capture the flag. That's what most people want, looking on Reddit and stuff. And if you bring those back, you know, you're going to attract a lot more people who kind of drifted away from Ghost in the when Ghost came out, and people who started watching in Black Ops 2 to come back and watch even more. My opinion, I personally do like watching Ghosts, but you know, people don't, and that kind of frustrates me how people aren't really enjoying the game modes. But personally, I do support it, but I'm going with the whole community picture here. But also, there is a developer going around the community right now, Guy Beam. He is good friends with Merc, I believe. He was talking to Merc about that 2014 is going to be an exciting year. I believe he's had connections with Hex. I'm not exactly sure about that. I need to double check. But just because they are going to start speaking about the competitive community even more, but they also need to think about the public community. If they don't think about the public, then you know it's only going to be competitive, and that's basically like half of the fan base is from the competitive Call of Duty scene. Of course, so Sledgehammer keep in mind of the competitive community. Oh my God, I'm speaking weird today. But if they keep in mind of the competitive community and the average everyday players in mind, and you know, kind of do a blend of both, this game's gonna be fantastic. If they just lead to one side, like if they lead to the public, like kind of Ghost did, it's not gonna be as enjoyable to watch. And if they for the competitive scene, of course, and if they lean to the competitive community more, the average everyday public player won't be playing for fun. You know, they won't be able to use freaking riot shields. But they also need to think about keeping a basically unique purpose, adding a unique touch to their game and their franchise, I guess you could say. You know, adding unique guns, you know, keeping guns similar, so it's not just two guns that are dominant, as you can see nowadays in Ghost. It's basically the Remington and the MTAR. If they have, like, you know, 5 sets of guns, like 5 guns that can compete with each other, equal skills and equal time to kill, or TTK, or, you know, something that each gun has something unique to it. You know, one gun has stronger bullets but has more recoil, while another gun has less stronger, I guess. It's less strong but has less recoil. If you have those two, you know, kind of playing out against each other, those two could basically fight hand in hand, I guess. They could basically fight against each other without having two dominant guns, I guess you could call it. You know, having the gun be similar but, you know, unique to one of each other will be a big bonus for the competitive scene and the average everyday player. You don't see the Remington just dominating and the MTAR dominating everywhere also. But another point is, you know, bring back old game modes. Maybe bring back the amount of time to kill from Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2. The time to kill was significantly, I think it was a bit shorter than Ghost, because Ghost takes quite a bit of time to kill a bit. It's about like 0.2 milliseconds or more, I guess. But, you know, if you bring back the time to kill, people enjoyed watching that time to kill. It was easier for the people to play, easier to watch. It's just something the developers need to keep in mind. But once again, you have to think about the community. But also, another point I wanted to touch on was the fact that another thing they need to add on to, is that they need to basically, I don't know exactly, but Dr. Disrespect, of course, being the head of the multiplayer, he's a huge fan of competitive gaming. So Dr. Disrespect, he will probably be speaking a lot, and so did Guy Beam. He's a community manager, of course. I did touch on that a little bit. Those two people, hand in hand, will, I think, make the competitive community scene happy. So, what else? Equipment, of course, you need to fix that. Black Ops, EMP grenade was okay, you know, the IEDs. So basically now in Ghost, it's only Semtexes and frags, no C4s or anything about that. The IEDs are ridiculous. That's on that part is about the public scene. The IEDs are ridiculous. You know, you basically run into an area and then bam, you're dead. It's kind of ridiculous. But they have about a year to develop, so it might be a bit difficult. You know, maps need to be a bit different. Players need to be happier with the game mode. But I think that's about it, guys. So basically, to be a better game, Sledgehammer needs to think about the community more. That's what I really stress out in this. You know, colorful maps. You know, like Express, Raid, Meltdown, and Standoff. Really good maps in Black Ops 2. They need to basically implement that. You know, mix of maps from Black Ops 2 and mix of maps from Ghost, because I personally did enjoy Sovereign on Ghost. I felt like that was really nice. But that's about it, guys. So Sledgehammer just really needs to think about the community. So I'm gonna end the video here, guys. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. If you want to see more of these videos, just please subscribe. You don't have to, of course. It's just your own personal opinion. Make sure to comment in the below. You know, speak your mind out there too. I want to talk to you about that. But make sure to have a beautiful, beautiful day. See you guys later. Bye.